Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do number 42 on the Return to Collecting Top 50 of All Time countdown. This player was just an incredibly dominant pitcher. He was one of the best of all time. There was a couple things with his career. He didn't play that many seasons because he was in the minor league team he played on, held him for too long. But had that not been the case, he probably would be considered one of the top 5 pitchers of all time. But yeah, super excited to bring you this edition of the countdown. And again, all of these rankings are my opinion. And if you agree or disagree with them, please leave a comment below. All right, guys, so without further ado, number 42. All right, guys, so number 42 on the Return to Collecting Top 50 Players of All Time list is Mr. Lefty Grove. Here's his 1934 Gaudy card, an SGC3. Picked this one up at the National this year. Love this card. It's in great condition. The back's super clean. It looks great. It's fairly well centered for a 34 Gaudy. I love the image on there. It's just really cool. Obviously, the 34 with the Lou Gehrig says is pretty neat as well. And then I also have a Lefty Grove autographed note card. So that's kind of cool. It's one of the newer pickups for my autograph collection. So Robert Moses Grove, aka Lefty, was born on March 6, 1900 in Lonaconing, Maryland. His father and brother were coal miners. Lefty tried coal mining for a few weeks and decided it wasn't for him. He told his father, "I didn't put the coal in here and I hope I don't have to take no more of her out." After trying mining, he bounced around to other jobs but started playing baseball at the age of 17. He didn't play on his first organized team until the age of 19. He played for 4 different corporate teams until he was signed by the AA Baltimore Orioles. He played on the Orioles for 5 seasons, that's why his career numbers are lower than they should be, before being sold to the Philadelphia A's for $100,600, so $600 more than the Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees for. Speaking of Babe Ruth, Grove pitched against the great Bambino 11 times in exhibition games while playing for the Orioles. He struck him out 9 of the 11 times. Grove led the league in strikeouts in his rookie season for the A's, but had control issues, so he also led the league in walks. Towards the end of the season, a baseball writer referred to him as the wild guy in the league. That pissed him off, so he put a chalk mark on a barn door, and each morning during the offseason, he would pitch until he hit the mark 20 times in a row. It worked. He reduced his walks by 30% the next season while increasing his strikeouts by 75%. After his second season, he never walked more than 83 batters in a season. He went on to lead the league in strikeouts for 7 consecutive seasons. So he led the league in wins 4 times. 8 seasons, he had 20 or more wins, including a 31-win season. He led the league in ERA 9 times, more than any other pitcher in history. He led the league in complete games 3 times. He led the league in shutouts 3 times. He led the league in saves once, which is kind of, just not bad for a starting pitcher. He led the league in strikeouts 7 times in a row. He led the league in ERA plus 9 times and whip 5 times. And he led the league in strikeouts per walk 8 times. For his career, he had 300 wins. He only pitched 17 seasons due to the Orioles holding his contract for 5 years, so 300 wins in 17 seasons is pretty impressive. He had a .680 win-loss percentage, so it's the highest of any 300-game winner. He had a career ERA of 3.06. He had 2,266 career strikeouts and a 1.48 ERA plus, which puts him 5th all-time for pitchers that have pitched over 1,500 innings. Lefty had a 4-year run where he won 108 games with only 27 losses, so it's an 800 win-loss percentage over 4 full seasons. He's won the MVP in 1931. He won 2 Triple Crowns in 1930 and 1931. He has 2 World Series championships, 9 ERA titles, so the most of all time. He was a 6-time All-Star, and he was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1947. Ironically, he also received 6 write-in votes by the Baseball Writers Association members in 1960. So he got elected in 47, and they tried to re-elect him again in 1960. That's how good he was. Personally, I think Grove would be considered a top 5 pitcher of all time. Had his career ERA but below a 3. He was a 3.06. He was pretty close. He was just super dominant. He was just an incredible pitcher, obviously, from leading the league in strikeouts 7 seasons in a row. Grove was known for being a hothead, so he would throw tantrums. He'd kick water buckets, break stuff in the dugout, which is funny. After he retired, he saw a young player kick over a water bucket after a bad inning, and he said, "Hey kid, when you kick over a water bucket, never kick it with your toes. Always use the side of your foot." So he had a good sense of humor. He was a beast of a pitcher, though. Arthur Bear once said of him, he could throw a lamb chop past a wolf. Red Smith wrote of him, "On the mound, he was poetry. He would rock back until his knuckles of his left hand almost brushed the earth behind him, then come up and over with the perfect follow-through." So Lefty Grove, number 42 on the Return of Collecting all-time best players list. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the countdown. Mr. Lefty Grove, number 42. Again, I'm curious what you think about this ranking. Please leave your comments below. And if you like the video, please subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I appreciate your subscription. All right, guys. Talk to you later.